It's going to be a little red button on the left. You see it? Yeah? I'm trusting you.
It says REC at the bottom.
REC?
Yeah.
Then yeah, it's recording. All right. How do I look? Are we good?
You look horrible.
Oh, I look horrible?
Yeah, look
okay.
horrible.
Oh, I don't have my slate today. You're going to have to slap really hard. Like. Welcome to Talks and Sips, where fun is the best chaser. I am your host, Jayfoxx, aka Jess, or the other way around. Who knows? Helping you laugh and learn while you go through your ebbs and flows of another sip-worthy week. And this is our holiday. I'm so sorry. Holiday. Oh, like in The Wedding Singer. Celebrate when you look to holiday. And then Boy George's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Holiday.
It would be so nice.
Anyway, whatever. I hope you guys are having a really good start to your holiday 2 weeks, because we all know December literally is that. It's 2 weeks. It's not a month. It's 2 weeks of work, and at the end of it, you're like, this could have been an email, and then you're like, can we circle back in January? It's a lot of, we'll circle back. I've said that a few times. But this is our Casual Sips episode. Today, my guest is
Isaiah. I am Jessica's younger brother.
And he's the one that's been helping with the socials. Yes. What is something that you've learned so far from helping me with socials?
There's many things I learned, but the most important thing is to look back and see like what works and what doesn't. Because of course you don't want to do what doesn't work. So you try to learn to see, like, put things together and see what sticks and what doesn't.
So with all that being said, one might say that content making is very hard, and it's not as easy as people think. Yet some things stick in the internet, and you're like, how did that happen? It just happens. But what are you sipping today, bro?
Today I'm sipping what I sip every day, and that is caramel frap.
Cool. What's this cup?
This is a lovely cup I borrowed from my brother. It's an elf cup, and on this side, I don't know if you can see it, it says Santa. It says a whole bunch of things about Santa.
Imagine being Will Ferrell and going to Target and seeing yourself on a mug, or Snoop D double. I can never. Snoop
D double O.
Double O. Snoop D O double G
Y.
And finding your bottle of rosé at the local Ralph's. It's quite fascinating. But also, you guys, today is a Casual Sips episode, so we're not like adhering to the normal structure of Sips of Judgment and like, what do you want people to talk and sip about, and like all that stuff, right? That we're used to. Today we're actually in my other brother's apartment. Yeah. Yes. And so the beauty of the gays and the youths, well, maybe they're not the youths anymore, but the gays, is that chef's kiss, they know how to decorate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to my house, you go to my Josh and I's hetero attempt at making a cute decorated house, and it's okay. But then we came in here and I'm like, whoa, did I just step into the North Pole? Oh my God, is that Santa? Ew, Santa. Anyway, we're here today to talk to you guys about just that, Santa. Isaiah brought up this really crazy conspiracy, and I said, let's go ham, because it's a Casual Sips episode.
We're just sipping along.
Anyway, what was that song that we were listening to on the way here? It was no, not the rapey one. Santa baby.
Well, we listened to a couple. There was Let It Snow.
That's not the rapey one.
There was
That's a different one, huh? Anyway.
Jingle All the Way, I believe.
No.
There was the one in Home Alone. The one in Home Alone.
It's the creepy one. It's this is how you know I'm out of my element. This is not my holiday.
We prefer Halloween.
How did that song go? He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sakes.
Wow. Woo!
You better not. Okay, so that's
you
the one.
better not pout. You better not cry. You better not. And I forget the rest. Oh, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Wow, that was hard. Okay.
That's a very long title, by the way.
Anyway, so we're listening to it on the way here today to our fabulous brother and his boyfriend's abode. And so basically that's what it was. It was like, oh man, this song furthers how creepy Santa is. And maybe, just maybe, there is something to this Santa-Satan conspiracy. So here we go. Santa is Saint Nicholas, the 3rd century Greek Orthodox bishop whose legendary acts of Christian charity gave rise to the myth of a kindly, bearded patriarch who comes bearing gifts in December. But Christian soldiers worry that Santa is a tool of the vast satanic conspiracy. To be sure, the similarity of their names, identical, but for one letter. It's kind of provocative. It's provocative.
Oh.
He wasn't ready that time. It's
I
okay.
was not.
There is evidence, apparently, that Santa and Satan were separated at birth.
They're twins.
Wow. Santa wears red. The devil wears red. Isaiah's a little devil because he loves the color red. Santa is known alternatively as Saint Nick. And I'm not going to divulge into the matters of men named Nick. One of the devil's... sorry. One of the devil's jocular pseudonyms in England is Old Nick. Who knew? Both are associated with the element of fire... by way of the chimney, of course, with Santa, who has to go down the way you would when you go down to Satan's lair when you die. And then both live in far antipodes. Santa, like Satan, can be seen as sacrilegious, a parody of Christ. Christians celebrate the Last Supper by eating the communion wafer. Santa is like, I don't want wafers.
I want cookies.
Are my goddamn cookies?
With the milk, and also don't forget the carrots for the reindeer.
Fuck those reindeers. They shit in the front yard, like
But without
in the backyard.
Rudolph, they won't see where they're going.
Rudolph making me have nightmares, making me think the cops are behind me in my dreams. It's not acceptable. But anyway, and lastly, kids await Santa's arrival on Christmas Eve, thrilled at the thought that Santa Claus is coming to town. And guess what? Evangelicals expect the second coming any moment, any second. Right now. It could be right now. It could be right now. Oh my God, is your car shaking? Oh my God, the world is ending. Is that an earthquake? Oh my God, the world is ending.
Yep.
Let's hope not, because I want my presents next week. Anyway, so Isaiah, where did you hear this conspiracy that made me ultimately look up this conspiracy?
I found it on YouTube. Where else would I find it?
You do spend a lot of time watching said YouTube. But continue.
Yes, I do. Anyways, I also found a couple other ones having to do with Santa.
What were they?
There's some people that believe Santa can either A, teleport, or Santa cloned himself. Because how else could he be all around the world in one night?
Oh my gosh. Which one would I? I would say he has mastered the art of teleportation, because I don't know that cloning yourself, when you clone yourself, is an essential, it's like going to work. There's a bunch of you kind of all know the same information, just with different personalities and do slightly different jobs. And wouldn't that just be what he's doing? Creating a workforce of himself.
True.
But it's like it's not like they're all mind readers or telepaths. They can't just tell each other, hey Saint Nick, you're gonna go to house on Wallaby, or whatever that house was in Finding Nemo.
Oh, I have no idea.
I forgot something Wallaby.
Wallaby Street.
Way.
What was it?
Way.
I don't remember.
Something Sydney.
Sydney, Wallaby.
P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Well, some people.
And I just realized how rude of a guest you are. You never asked me what I was sipping.
Oh my gosh.
And
Jess.
you know what? While I'm here, I want to talk about that. No one ever asked me what I'm sipping.
Are you okay, Jess?
Except for my brother Aaron. On our first episode back. Ah, pew, pew, pew. Wait, did you? I don't know. I have to go back to my archives.
He did. I remember. He was like, Jess, what are you sipping?
Oh, I'm sure like one other person asked me to. But no, we're just going to give him the credit because we're at his house now. Also, yeah, I love the art of podcasting, man. You could just go we literally teleported Talks and Sips here, and it was a bitch to set up, but it was really fun. And all you really need is a microphone and a camera. And that's and a gay brother who has a fine chef's taste kiss on the Santa Claus decorations. Yeah, you have no idea what you're not seeing in this shot. You know what I'm saying? And for those listening, check out the YouTube, subscribe, like, and rate. It takes us to the moon. Anyway, what were you saying?
I was saying that some people even say that Santa does that one scene from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where where at the beginning where they disperse the chocolates.
Yeah.
And all the elves are like the chocolate trucks where they all go into different streets and disperse the chocolates. Well, those are the elves the night of Christmas.
Those are the elves the night of Christmas. Oh, well, that's going to take me on a whole other tangent. Would you say
Willy Wonka?
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, no, he's an agent of the devil. He made his grandpa go out there sick. He was just being spoiled.
I mean, technically, he didn't make him. The grandpa wanted to. In both movies, the grandpa wanted to. So it wasn't like he was forced to. They didn't like kick him out of bed and was like, "You gotta come with me, old man."
I thought it was a whole thing that like his parents were like, "We all gotta work if you really want to go," and then the grandpa's like, he's still like brittle.
No, actually, in both movies, it was the grandpa who volunteered because in the second one, I don't remember exactly the first one, but I remember in the second one, he previously worked for Willie, so he wanted to go back to the factory to see how it was being run after he's been fired for like 20 something years.
Oh, yeah. Do you think that Charlemagne, you think he's going to do a good job?
I think he has a big shoes to fill with following
JD?
Johnny Depp.
But oh my God, this is where, like, as a film person, if I don't know the name of the original.
Gene Wilder.
There you go, Gene Wilder.
Oh, see, I need you around all the time.
He's the Josh for today.
Oh, that's true. You are Josh today.
Because I feel like Josh would have done that. Been like, his name is Gene Wilder. And then Jess would be like, thanks, babe.
Yeah, so he has to, like, try to meet up with JD and Gene Wilder. I was like, what was his name again? I already forgot. That's so sad. Anywho, yeah, good for you, Charlemagne. You go, man. You're giving hope to the little fellas. Go out there and make a big name for yourself, little fellas. I do want to talk about how Santa is like, he wears the red. He sneaks, breaking and entering into your home?
Through the chimney.
He steals your cookies. I mean, outside of the Satan part of it, he's just like reckless, and he is just a menace to society. He's over here stretching out your bricks in your chimney. What does he do when a house doesn't have chimney?
I have no idea. Maybe that's where the teleportation comes
Oh my God, maybe that is where the teleportation, or he is a
shapeshifter?
No, I was gonna say he's like he's Jeff Bezos. He's Elon Musk.
He's all of them.
No, well, I'm just saying because he's like, oh, you're too poor to have a chimney, then I'm not going to leave. I don't want your peasant wafers. I only do gourmet cookies.
Ooh.
Do you think he's a classist?
I do. Yeah. I mean, from what I hear, he also doesn't pay the elves.
Right. He's doing like, they're like in Santa Claus internment camps. Like, you'll eventually be able to, it's like modern day slavery.
Pretty much.
Oh my God. Like the soccer people that build the stadium in, is it Qatar?
Qatar.
Yikes. Did you watch that special?
I did.
Oh, it's like, we know you're going to enjoy soccer, but feel guilty because you need to know this. And honestly though, yeah, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. But anyway, do you believe that he is a twin of Satan?
I do not. That part I do not believe.
See, now I'm hearing that the legend of Santa Claus can be traced back hundreds of years to a monk named Saint Nicholas. It is believed that Nicholas was born sometime around AD 280 in Patara, near Mira, in modern-day Turkey. So he's Turkish? Santa's Turkish?
He's Turkish.
Anyway, much admired for his piety and kindness, Saint Nicholas became the subject of many legends. It is said that he gave away all of his inherited wealth and traveled the countryside helping the poor and sick. He can't be Satan.
I mean...
One of the best-known St. Nicholas stories is the time he saved 3 poor sisters from being sold into slavery and or prostitution by their father by providing them with a dowry so that they could be married. Oh, interesting. I just learned about dowries the other day. Over the course of many years, Nicholas' popularity spread and he became known as a protector of children and sailors. His feast day is celebrated on the anniversary of his death, December 6th. Wait, what?
So why do we celebrate December 25th?
That doesn't make any sense. That was traditionally considered a lucky day to make large purchases or to get married. By the Renaissance, St. Nicholas was the most popular saint in Europe, even after the Protestant Reformation.
Wait, I just thought of something.
What?
December 6th.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, December is a 12th month. 12 is a multiple of 6. 2 6s make 12. And it's 6, so 6, 6, 6. More evidence that he's Satan?
Oh, himself. Oh my gosh. This is I love your theory and you're really quick to think about it, but it's like that movie 23.
Yeah.
Even though we love Jim Carrey and almost everything he does, even while he's in his moments of retrospection, that movie was not that great. Apparently, even after the Protestant Reformation, when the veneration of saints began to be discouraged, St. Nicholas maintained a positive reputation, especially in Holland, because he's a man and he was white.
Of course.
Okay, so then apparently St. Nicholas made his first inroads into American popular culture towards the end of the 18th century. In December 1773 and again in 1774, a New York newspaper reported that groups of Dutch families had gathered to honor the anniversary of his death. It's real sus. The name Santa Claus evolved from Nick's Dutch nickname, Sinterklaas. Bro.
Did you say cinder block?
I said Sinterklaas. So sinister much? Sinner much? Claus. Claus,
oh, no.
Sandy Claus.
He's got your claws in you.
Once he knows if you've been good or not. In 1809, Washington Irving helped to popularize the Sinter. That's such a spooky name. Claus stories when he referred to St. Nicholas as the patron saint of New York in the book, The History of New York. As his prominence grew, Sinterklaas, that's so creepy, he was described as everything from a rascal, with a blue three-cornered hat, red waistcoat, and yellow stockings, to a man wearing a broad-brimmed hat and a huge pair of Flemish trunk hoses. We know how Santa and all of that gets to, well, everything always gets to New York first. No one's ever traveling the other way around, bro. Okay, so like what I don't get is, where did they decide that a sock meant merriment and Christmas? Like, you know that Sinterklaas was, remembered in a positive light compared to every other. And so at some point, other saints weren't being regarded kindly, but he still was, right? And then this is obviously like happening in Holland. And then, of course, like everything ends up in New York. That's how, like everything Halloween came through New York. Like anything that was from Europe. Freaking soccer. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Football. I mean, it all starts from, it's like reading manga, right?
Yeah.
Going from right to left. Unlike us, we read left to right. But anyway, and so then it gets to us and now we're like, yeah, like, Sinterklaas, his original name. We like him. Let's put him in our New York Historical Society. And yeah, I guess like, I don't know. I don't know how we decide things are cool. But Santa just became cool. And then, when they etched the woodcuts, and then in the pictures of the woodcuts and the engravings, it's like Santa images, including the stockings filled with toys and fruit hung over fireplaces. And I'm like, how?
Maybe some guy gave some other guy a sock and he didn't want it, so he threw it on the wall and it stuck.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh my God. So then he's like, what? Why are you giving me a sock full of your trash? And he was like, isn't one man's trash?
Treasure.
Or no, yeah,
One
isn't
man's treasure. Actually, another man's
one's
treasure.
Ah, okay. Isn't one man's treasure another man's trash?
Is it?
It's the other way.
Is it one man's trash,
another man's treasure? Okay.
No, fool.
Nah. What? And then next thing you know, we're hanging socks everywhere. Insane. Okay. Well, all that aside, even, Santa becoming very popular in malls, because that was really big in 1841, apparently. I don't know if I legitimately believe that Santa Claus is Satan. I don't know.
I am a firm believer of him being Satan.
You are a firm believer?
I am.
Oh, okay. What is like the number one reason that you think he is Satan?
Well, as you mentioned, he used to be celebrated on December 6th, which I just learned about today. Mm-hmm. But also, one thing my mom hates me bringing up is I always say that the Christians celebrate Jesus' birth, but I always say he wasn't even born that day. So I feel like it's Satan's way of trying to manipulate people to believing that something that isn't true is 100% true.
I don't believe that it's the same thing. I think it's a coincidence. It's a big coincidence that they both were red, that they go both down to fire, essentially, through tight spaces. Ooh, that's what they said? I don't know. That he wants you to be good. Because Satan does not want you to be good. He wants you to be...
Naughty.
Meow. But then also, reverse psychology teaches us that maybe Santa's not as rich as we think, and he wants you to be good, quote unquote, but really he wants you to be bad.
I believe there is too many coincidences for it not to be true.
Whoa. So does this mean that you will not be partaking in any of the festivities this December?
Just the hot chocolate drinking. That's about it.
Okay. So does that mean whoever you got for Secret Santa with the family party will not get a present from you?
No, I feel like that would be unfair if I didn't get them anything. So they will rest assured.
Hypocrita! I'm just kidding.
Oh no! I'm a hypocrite.
I'm a hypocrite. Only if you know, or whatever. Whatever the youth say. Like if you know, you know. The part of me that leans to this conspiracy a little bit, just a little bit, because I'm going to say I don't believe, but a part of me that does believe, that little bit that does, is like, if it was... like, why would they if it wasn't real, like, why would they put us in this family with like 1 million siblings and like 7 nieces and nephews, and then you have to buy everyone stuff, and then Christmas turns into like at least $800,000 ordeal, and you're like, bro, what? There is like 5 of you, 4 over there, 6 over there. Grandma's got a sister. Oh yeah, what the fuck is up with that song? Sorry, tangent. Grandma got run over by a reindeer? What? Why? Why are we hitting her? Why are we okay with this?
I have no idea. Maybe Rudolph was not there that day. He called in sick.
He's like, this is what happens. You had one job, Gerald.
See, I told you guys needed me. Hey, Grandma.
He's like, Gerald, you had one job. You had one job while I was gone. I can't even go on vacation with my wife, reindeer, Maya Rudolph. And what the fuck, And so I'm like, what? This song is like, Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeehaw.
Walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Oh, this bitch was drunk. She's been drinking too much eggnog. And we begged her not to go.
Don't go, Grandma.
But she forgot her medication. And she staggered out the door into the snow. Okay, first of all, this is a... Grandpa planned this. He spiked her drink and took her life insurance. That's what happened. How is he going to be like, yeah... Fuck Santa. He's literally scapegoating Santa. He's saying, Santa killed my wife. And really, it was him because he allowed Grandma to get drunk in the first place off of eggnog, which I just had for the first time this weekend. And wow, I was 31 years old when I realized that I need to drink more of that. But also,
It's seasonal.
apparently, and then he goes, we begged her not to go. Really, dude? He's like, I was positively bereft when she left and walked out that door. And it's like, you didn't care about grandma. You let her go. And so basically, how is it that you're finding her Christmas morning? Because he goes, when we found her Christmas morning at the scene of the attack, she had hoof prints on her forehead. That could easily be a steel toe boot. Just going to say that right now. And incriminating claws marks on her back. What does that mean? It's not claws as in CLAWS. It's incriminating CLAUS marks on her back.
What is that even?
This song is such a savage ass song.
That puts a dark twist on that old Christmas movie. Do you remember that Christmas movie?
Which one?
Where, like, in the movie, it's basically this song, and then, like, they take Santa to court because he ran Grandma over. Did you remember that movie, Aaron? Remember? Where they take her to court, and they're, like, trying to put him in jail?
Holy moly.
Because of him running Grandma over. Can you imagine if the movie ended up that way, where it turns out it was the grandpa the whole time?
What's the show that you and Mom love to watch all the time, 24 hours?
NCIS?
Dude, that is the most NCIS shit I've ever heard. Today, or how does it sound when you go to court?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Today, in the People's Court, we have the litigator, Santa. No, wait, that'd be Grandma and Grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
And the defendant, Santa and his elves.
Oh, it's me. It wasn't me. I just wanted cookies.
Grandma and Grandpa claim that Santa and his reindeer trampled over Grandma.
I turned around and I had drank a little bit of eggnog and I was just going outside to get the mail from the mailbox and when I turned around, this big log-looking thing with the red nose came and he just hit me.
Santa and his elves are countersuing, saying that it was all Grandpa's idea.
So, Grandpa had called me, and at first I thought, this is such a strange call. I never get phone calls that say spam risk, and so I picked it up anyway, and I realized that he was trying to hide his identity. I should have initially known it was sus, as the young kids say, but he struck a bargain that, sound like a good deal, but I said no. But how many cookies would it take? He asks. And I said, no amount of cookies can incriminate me like this. I have maybe wafer cookies and chocolate chip cookies and, maybe a Pizookie from BJ's. But no, I cannot do this to your wife.
That sounds suspicious.
You're the judge. How can you say that about me? You're supposed to be impartial.
No, I don't believe you, Santa. You're going to jail.
Where's the public court of opinion on this one? Anyway, so then they made that song, Grandma Got Run Over by the Reindeer, and No, I haven't seen that movie. What, is that a Hallmark movie? Or
no, it's an animated kids movie.
Oh, it's an anime. That's so jarring.
It's literally an animated kids movie where it literally plays out like the song, where one night Grandma goes out and they think she got run over by a reindeer because there's reindeer marks on the snow, and then there's also Grandma's laying down mark on the snow.
But they don't find her body?
But they don't find her body, and at the end...
Oh, she's trifling, y'all. She's cheating.
Yeah, so at the end, when they're about to arrest Santa,
gasps in Spanish.
She comes out and she's like, "No, I'm still alive." And they're like, "Where have you been?" And
I was going to Pound Town in the North Pole. I was done living this life without elves to clean my house. I was tired of cleaning after this man. That's probably not what happened, obviously.
I was going to say, that would be Mrs. Claus. We're talking about Grandma here.
Right. She wanted to become the new Mrs. Claus.
Whoa.
Dun, 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 dun.
But then she would have had to kill Mrs. Claus.
Well, I mean, the plot just gets thicker every time. But anyway, and that's what happens when Santa is Satan. But anyway, no, very excited to end the freaking year, you guys. It's been really fun. I do not believe that Santa is Satan or the other way around. Very much coincidental, yes, but I do think that it's a nasty joke that I have to buy like 50 presents every December. It is literally my crutch every year because I'm like, these motherfuckers, each one. And let me tell you, now I'm going on a super rant. We have nieces and nephews that were easily giftable back in the day, but now they're like,
I want a bracelet.
can I get, well, what did Emily send us?
She asked for like some like Nike shoes, some jewelry that was like, I looked it up. It was like $90. The cheapest thing on there was like $90 freaking dollars.
And I'm not here to shade my niece, even though we just kind of did. But it's more, I think it's really funny because she kind of has a little bit of a right to want better things because she's in high school. I remember being in high school and wanting better things. Like, it just comes with the territory. But the thing is that if there's like one of you, sure. If we're all baller McBallersons, sure. But we're not. And there's like 7 of them. So like right now, you could still get away with like semi-cheapy gifts or like the 2 small ones. But then the rest of them are like, I'm not stupid. I want either money, gift cards, or exactly what's on my wish list. Do not interpret this wish list. I want the exact items I am asking for.
Yep. I already texted him and I was like, yo, I'm not getting you anything till after Christmas because I want you to get doubles.
That's a really good excuse. I should text them that and be like, you know what? I'm going to not give you a gift this December. I'll give it to you in February so you don't get triples. The other thing too is like, for some reason, as Latinos, like we feel the need to have hot as albondiga soup. And so for those that don't speak Spanish, that's a meatball soup or like chicken soup or menudo, pozole. Like we have all the hottest fucking soup, like that type of soup with shrimp in it, like during the summer for whatever reason. And everyone just kind of knows come July, like it's soup season. But tell me where the heck our soup is right now when it's raining, not men. It's God's crying up there for whatever reason because we're terrible humans. And
because we're celebrating Satan.
Because we're celebrating Satan with all the cute bows and the
socks
gingham
on the walls.
I know. Look at this. What's this gnome's name next to you? That's literally Isaiah's twin.
Nomi Campbell.
It's Nomi Campbell. Look at Nomi Campbell next to Isaiah.
So it's a girl?
They're trans. They're non-binary.
The non-binary Nomi Campbell next to Isaiah right now. For those listening, it's literally the biggest. You have to look at this on YouTube. But yeah, no, I really appreciate that, being in the spirit kind of brings people together. I wish there was more soup as Latinos. I think maybe we'll have pozole come Christmas, but we really, really lean hard.
Having tamales? Did we change the plan?
That's what I'm saying. Like I was gonna get to that. I was like, we really, really lean hard on the tamales, and maybe we could just do a little bit more soup. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, and I like that. I'm gonna get to see my siblings a little bit more. I get, Josh gets to be part of our Christmas, so it'll be nice to see what the family is also gonna include him and buy him presents. And he's only ever been with like 4 or 5 people because white people have them small gatherings, so he's gonna be like, wow, there was like 50 of you in here, what in the COVID, and it's so hot, and why are we in this one house anyway? But that's all besides the point.
I could just imagine like if he gets there early and there's only like 10 of us and he's like, oh, is this everyone?
Yeah,
and then like 5 minutes later the doorbell rings and then like another 5 of us and then he's like, oh, okay, is this everyone? And then like 10 minutes later the doorbell rings again and another 5 or 10 people and he's like, okay, when is this gonna stop?
Right. Did they all come out of a clown car together here today? That's what it feels like. But anyway, what are you most excited about this Christmas season?
I'm excited, like you said, spending time with family. Also, the end of the year, bringing a new year. So new, that motto, new year, new you, new me. So, I'm very excited for what the future has in store for all of us.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions, Isaiah?
No, not really. I'm not one of those to do New Year's resolutions because I know myself and I'll break it like within the week.
That's true. I feel like New Year's resolutions kind of act like yo-yo dieting almost. You're like, I'm gonna starting tomorrow, but today I'm gonna have all the Wingstop ever.
I feel like and I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like when I try to commit to something, it's a lot harder than when I don't commit to something. So I just don't plan to commit.
It just sounds like if you try hard, you're going to fail. So if you just don't try hard, it'll work out.
Yeah. And even if you fail, you won't feel as bad.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for this year to end because hopefully it brings new opportunities. And not just that, I'm just really excited to see if I can go on any more vacations and try different things that are a little scary that I haven't been able to do just yet. And I don't mean that as a New Year's resolution. It just means like, oh, things are down right now. Also, things being down, Talks and Sips is gonna kind of take a little bit of a 2-week breather, maybe 3, since the holidays kind of come on the weekends this time, right?
Yep, they're Sundays, which means that the Rose Parade is not going to be on Sunday. It's going to be on Monday because they don't believe in having the Rose Parade the same day as Church Day.
Wow. Who are they? Chick-fil-A?
Well, actually, there's a reason why in that street that they use for the parade, there's a lot of churches, so they figure if everyone's crowding the street trying to watch the parade, then people won't be able to get to church.
Absolute chaos and anarchy would happen, is what the city of Pasadena is saying. Like, not on my watch.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I thought that would be a bigger, reason, but there's really not. That's just no, it's just going to be too much traffic. It's too much traffic and the foot traffic. Oh, Lord, no.
It's LA. There's always too much traffic.
You think a New Year's is going to change that? Anyway, Talks and Sips has been on a journey. We've met a bunch of really cool people. Very grateful for the guests that have come to be on the show. We've seen an array of people from, sketch writers, therapists, other podcasters, people that are spooky aficionados. Toxic Sips was a blast this year. We had my brother Aaron, who kind of kicked off the show, and, how he went from a chemical engineer, technically, to confectioner, and technically, it's just the same thing on a different day. One in the same. And it's been a really, really good time. The show, I'm going to revamp the show once again, and we'll see what it turns into. But overall, it's been a really, really good time. Very excited to keep the show going, keeping you guys laughing, keeping you guys learning, and just like I said before, genuinely helping you get through your ebbs and flows during the week, because I know, man, things get tough out there, and sometimes you just want to get away, and I hope that Talks and Sips not only helps with that, but also gives you newfound information that you did not have before. So very grateful for the listeners that tune in every single week. And as you know, it really helps if you guys rate, if you guys like, if you subscribe. Those are the 3 clutch things, and that's on every platform. It doesn't take much. But before we start wrapping it up to go, because again, this is a Casual Sips episode where I just wanted to kind of explore this thing that Isaiah was talking about Satan and Santa. And I will say those coincidences are way too close to
There's too many to ignore.
Wow. And maybe, just maybe, those that are better about conspiracies. Oh, by the way, this episode being a conspiracy episode is my present to a lot of the people that listen, because a lot of people are like, we want conspiracies. Bring them back. And I know I used to go on major tangents before about conspiracies. So you're welcome. Anyway, we'll say this. If you guys spot the elf on the shelf, the first 2 people who see this or hear this and can tell us where it is on socials, DM us, post it on your story, or write to us in the comment section of the Insta reel of this episode, you will get a Talks and Sips hat, because we do have a few left, and I'd love to give them out to you guys. I'd rather have them on your guys' heads than not on your heads. So make sure you find where the elf on the shelf is, and then you will get a cool Talks and Sips hat. Because you guys know, especially if you live here in SoCal, also open to everyone. You don't have to just live here in SoCal. But if you know, SoCal, it rains for 45 minutes and we get flooded because we can't handle rain, but we always get a nice little rainbow afterwards, and the sun comes in hot, so you need a hat to protect your noggin from the bipolar weather that we're having currently. Am I missing anything, dude?
Nope, I think that's all. We've covered it all.
All right, so Satan, Santa, yes or no?
Yes.
Satan, Santa, yes or no? Pointing at self in third person I speak. No. Coincidence. Yes. And as you guys know, I'm way out of my element. Very excited to have a brother and his boyfriend really be into decorating, because otherwise I'd be like, how do we celebrate this holiday? Ooh. Make sure to become a patron, and that would be really awesome, because it's only $5 a month, and we do little things bi-monthly for the patrons, because you guys are awesome and we're very thankful you guys make the show run, and we're grateful for you. So you better watch out. You better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. This motherfucker's making a list. He's checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and meow nice.
Meow,
Meow, meow. Santa. Is it, how does it go?
Santa Claus is coming.
Okay.
Down the chimney.
Santa Claus is coming to Doja Cat's downtown. He sees you when you're sleeping, freak. He knows when you're awake.
Scary.
He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good, for goodness sake. Sake?
Yes. But
For-
whose goodness?
Yeah, who's goodness? I don't know. Oh! All right, guys, we'll see you later. You thought I was going to finish it. No. How would you parody this? No, we just did. Okay. All right, guys. Bye.